June, since it's the month that's coming up. I'm using my Excel spreadsheet template that I've built for this purpose. I use it in conjunction with EveryDollar, which is an online budgeting software. So here I've outlined, this is my total income per paycheck. So I put that number up here, so you would add that. These numbers should apply to a family of 4 making this amount of money. So you can adjust according to your financial picture. Basically, I have this split up into 2 pay periods, as I have about 2 pay periods per month. It does vary. This is the first of the month through the 14th. These are the bills that I'll pay. You can see I have them outlined as manually to pay online, so I pay them online. I don't have any auto pay set up except for Netflix currently, and I've been running this system for almost 9 months. That's a personal choice. I don't think there's any law that you can't use an auto pay function, but I just prefer to be in more control. This is the cash I withdraw. These are all purchases that I make that I can easily use cash. So we could start with my gas for my home. This is what I pay. This is what I paid, for example, last month in comparison to the month before, or even just forecasted. Maybe I thought I paid more last year, and I looked back at the same month last year, same pay period, and I saw that I paid more, so I'll forecast that. But then I came out with actually paying $76, $75. When I've paid that online and I'm done, I can click one of these images to mark it as complete. So I have a checkbox here that you can use for that. This is my electric bill. Again, that's the forecast. That's what it actually was. Phone bill, internet TV, Netflix, half of my rent. I do pay rent twice monthly. I've paid up ahead so that it doesn't bother my landlord that I do it that way. My gym membership, my student loans. So this is where my debt payments come in. This is paying down on both principal and interest. At the time of this recording, I only have student loans left. I've paid off my car loan and my credit card bills and things like that. So you just adjust according to what your minimum payments are, and you should really only be paying more on one of your debts per month to snowball it and pay one off at a time. This is pocket change, so my husband and I get some pocket change that we get as spending money, so we get $50 each. You can split that up, either getting it in cash or getting it electronically. This is my gas for my car. That's what I've budgeted. Groceries, fund money is the same thing as pocket change, so I had moved it up here. It was working better digitally than it was as cash, so I just zeroed that out. I do set aside my kids' allowance, and if for some reason one of the kids earns some extra money, I'll deduct that from the following one, so I know what I'm left with. This is my HSA account. This is Christmas budget, special occasion, life insurance, auto maintenance. These are all sinking funds: auto maintenance, Christmas, special occasion. Maybe I spent it, so I didn't have any left. But basically, they're funds that I build up to as preventative measures. If something on my car goes out, I get a flat tire, etc. I do have personal training. My husband and I have invested that as a luxury of ours. So I do pay that in cash. Here's my clothing fund and our pet fund. All right, so I have these summing up. If I want to sum these, I click all of them and I go up to function and I click sum, and it will automatically add those numbers for me. So I'll know this is how much money is going to be going out in my digital payments online, and I do need to adjust these because when I go to my electric bill, and I go to pay it, it'll be different than it was last month. So I need to make note of that so I know exactly how much money I spent so I don't overspend or underestimate. Then all of these do the same thing. They add up and add up to these. So to know what I spent in total, I have to add up this number and this number and deduct it from my total paycheck to know what I end up with left over. So This one needs to be adjusted because my final tally was $613 and 0 cents. This one was $1,033.86 or 87. So I spent enough that month to only come out with $72.14. So, like I said, if you're in a situation where you're needing to set aside a lot more money to pay off debt, you're just going to want to find some places where you can cut expenses. For example, do we really need TV? Probably not. Do we really need personal training? Some would say probably not. There are choices that you can make to increase that amount. But I also pay a lot of bills around the first of the month. That tapers off the second of the month. It's just the way that I have that set up. So yours will be different. So then I'm done for that pay period at paying bills. Once I've knocked all of these off and check marked that I've paid them, I'm done. I don't look at this again until I get paid the next time that month on the 15th, usually. So in that billing cycle, I have water, my trash, my insurance, my rent, my gas, my groceries. So these are recurring. These are the same as over here, but these are different, slightly different. So I split these up into 2 each month that I'm paying down on. So that's how I go about using this spreadsheet. And you can make notes if during the week you or during the month you end up paying on something you didn't expect or have to make note of spending that was done. Even this extra money, if you are applying that money to your student loans to pay more than what's required, this $72.14 and this $377.10, you're going to want to make note of that on your spreadsheet that you paid it. So your every dollar has a name, so you're at a zero-based budget is what it's called. So that just means you spent every cent that you have. You know exactly where every cent of your money went, and ideally you've done it in such a way that you never overdraw your account because you have literally spent every penny and you know where it went. So that's how you go about using this spreadsheet.